Good Friday morning to you, Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. This weather video driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. This is our culprit here, a very strong storm system, big, broad circulation, pulling in very cold Arctic air. Let's take a look at the temperatures. As this storm begins to wind up, we're seeing the temperatures really some very cold. This is ambient air temperatures, minus 36, minus 35, and so forth, north and west of parts of Lake Superior, getting up into parts of Canada. So this is where the colder air is going to start to pour in on these northwest winds. As we're really just on the edge of it, and with this low pressure center continuing to head more northerly now, it's going to tug on that and pull this in place along with these strong northwesterly winds. Looking at latest wind gusts, we can see some pretty strong winds up pretty much throughout the region here. Is it strong enough to produce wind damage? It's right about on the edge, and occasionally in some of our local mountaintops with little pulses working on through. But in general, the stronger gradients right now are through basically north and east of New Hampshire and into this storm system as it pulls north of Prince Edward Island eventually. And the real nasty stuff is wind chills, as shown here. You can see the wind chills in the 20s to about 35 below, just not that far northwest of Messina and around Ottawa. And this is what's going to be moving on in. So some pretty brutally cold wind chills today. Really, with the ambient air temperatures running for daytime highs about somewhere between 0 and about 5 degrees below. It looks like these brutally cold wind chills will be with us, but most especially during the night tonight. That's going to be when everything sets up and the planets come into an alignment with strong gusty northwest winds and a combination of the coldest temperatures at night tonight. Looking at the latest HRRR, we can see these are basically 2-meter temperatures, and we can see the colder temperatures work on in. A little bit of daytime heating, a little bit of a pulse upward, but we're looking at these colder temperatures with us, and these are ambient air temperatures, and this is the overnight lows as we get into 11 o'clock. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so forth. And in terms of additional snowfall, it's mainly going to be the western slopes, and eventually this does dry up. This is about 9 o'clock as things are moving along a little bit faster. This is the European model, so looking at wind chills here, we should be generally around this level here about 7 o'clock this morning. We're just going to run these here. This would be 0Z tonight, roughly about 7 o'clock this evening. You can see wind chills are in that minus 30s in some locations. And then you can see overnight tonight, the wind chills are at their maximum. Again, this is the European model. And we're definitely into that sort of minus 20 to minus 40 category here, with a lot of us in the minus 30s, with the worst of the wind chill. That continues, it looks like, into most of the day on Saturday, and then those wind chills will let up a little bit as the winds let up, but they're still pretty brutal here. This is finally about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. And then at least the coldest of the cold pulls away, this again being in wind chills. And you're looking at current conditions right now with the strongest wind chills here, anywhere from the single digits below 0 to a few minus 20s. This is only going to get worse, and especially notable as we get into tonight, I think the worst, and then through the weekend. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.